Alright, Ben, here is the other song, No Not One. Really easy, again, all these are really simple. I do want to give you a little bit of creative liberty for this one, so I'm going to show you some stuff to help guide you, but I do want you to kind of like have fun with it, because some of it is kind of boring. I would probably do more than... I'm going to stop rambling. Alright, so... I think I'll go ahead and just teach you the chorus, which is also the intro. So you have these chord shapes. I'm going to show you certain chord shapes, but really what it is it's like a C. Okay, this is in the key of G. That's a G with B. E minor. Now that's the part that I'm going to be playing. The reason I showed you that part is because I just want you to kind of get the feel for how the progression goes. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to spread out the parts among the electrics so that we're not playing the same exact thing and just hitting it really hard, but we're actually kind of spreading out the notes. So you're going to play certain power chords, but they're going to be higher. You may or may not be familiar with these positions, but the position that you're going to be playing, okay, is over here on the basically the 5th and 8th fret, okay? So when you play a C, okay, in this position, what you're going to do is you're going to be barring these two, okay? And then on the B string, you're going to have your pinky on 8, so it's, sorry, okay? So you bar these two on 5, pinky on 8. Okay, so you can see my, just kind of picking the bottom there. Alright, and then what I'm going to do to create this, when I do this, G with B, right? Okay, so you're playing C. Okay, and then you put the middle finger where the first finger was on the 5th fret, right? You see right there. And you have your first finger on the 4th fret, okay? And then you have this finger here. Okay, so it's 5, 4, and 8. That's kind of a stretch. I mean, I don't know if that's like a comfortable position. If this is uncomfortable, you can always just go to the G position, which essentially looks like this. Okay, so this is the way that I would play it. So it's C, G with B. But if that's uncomfortable, you can play C, and then add the ring finger right here, and that'll sound fine. Okay, so it goes. Okay, and then it comes up here. It takes that C position that we did here. You move it up here for a D position. We're going to go to the E minor first. Okay, now this one's kind of interesting. It's basically I have my middle finger on 7 on A, then I have my ring finger on 7 on G, then I have pinky on 8. Okay, the trick is to mute the other strings that you're not playing. Okay, so I'm playing this, this, and this, but I'm making sure to mute the E, the D, and the bottom E. Okay, so it sounds like this. Okay. Again, that's just getting the bass note in there. If that's uncomfortable or whatever, you can always just go back to that G position. Okay, that's kind of a default thing that you can go to if you feel uncomfortable with this chord, okay, or this chord. You can just kind of run back to that. All right, so you do this chord, and then you go up to that D, which essentially is a variation. You just take that C and you move it up here, okay, to the 7th and 10th fret. Okay, so I know this sounds maybe kind of confusing, but I'll go ahead and lay it out for you so you can kind of see how you can play it. So you go C, G with B, E minor, D. progression. Man, my finger's killing me. So you go the C, okay, the G with B, E minor, D, okay, and then you go C, G with B, D. Okay, that's the progression. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Again, you can replace those G with B's and the E minors with that the G position, so you can actually play it like this. Okay, you see this a little bit easier. Okay, so it's really up to whatever you prefer. You know, just whatever you like, just be comfortable when you play it. But that way, when I'm playing these lower, you know, chords, you're hitting these higher chords, and it just makes this really, really cool, big sound. The verses is pretty easy. It's like the entire time. This is the guitar that they have in there, and just kind of goes on these two. That's where I, you know, think it'd be cool if you want to be creative. You know, if you want to do like, you go somewhere at the top. You know, just play around with it, man. And you don't even have to play that. In all honesty, like you could start by playing that. You could play something a little bit different. The scale that you're gonna be playing in is the E minor or G major. Those are the relatives. So you play, you know, that right there, or okay, and then you have, sorry. So you have all those positions there that you can use to kind of play around with those verses. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So you have the chorus, which is the that you can work with. Now the bridge on the acoustic, what I'm doing is so you can do something like on the guitar. You can do like a one note, like a, you know, you can kind of hit something like that, or you can add some stuff. You know, you go on the scale and create something kind of new and interesting. But that's, anyways, that's the progressions. You have that C, B, E, D. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much my guidance for that song. Take it, have fun with it. This will be on electric. Okay, this will be the electric as well as Our God and God You Reign. I'll have you on electric, and then Here's Our King will be on acoustic. Alright, man, so hope you get it.